February 19th, 2013, Los Angeles. Early morning in downtown LA, the city just starting to wake up. Traffic building, people grabbing coffee, heading into another normal day. A cold wind was blowing, not freezing, but enough to make everything feel a little off. Up on the rooftop of the Cecil Hotel, a maintenance worker, Santiago Lopez, was doing a routine check. Nothing unusual, just part of the job. But for the past few days, guests had been complaining. Water pressure was low. Some said the water tasted weird. Others said it smelled bad, not strong enough to panic, but enough to raise concern. So he climbs up, walks across the rooftop toward the large metal water tanks. These tanks supplied water to the entire building, rooms, bathrooms, kitchen, everything. He reaches one of them, places his hand on the lid, pushes it open, slowly. Then he shines his flashlight inside and freezes. There's a body, floating, in the water, still, pale, lifeless. A young woman, completely naked. For a moment, nothing makes sense, but then reality hits. This isn't just a random discovery. She'd been missing for 19 days. Her name was Elisalam, a 21-year-old tourist from Vancouver, Canada, who came to Los Angeles alone. And now, she was found here, inside a water tank, on top of a hotel. By this point, her disappearance had already gone global. News channels, forums, social media, everyone was talking about her. Because just days before she vanished, something disturbing had surfaced. A video. January 31st, 2013, a CCTV clip from inside an elevator in the same hotel. That footage is what made this case unforgettable. In the video, Elisa is alone. At least, that's what it looks like. She walks into the elevator, starts pressing buttons, not just one, multiple, almost all of them. She steps back, leans against the wall, waiting. But the door doesn't close. Seconds pass. Nothing happens. She leans forward, peeks outside, quick, nervous, like she's checking for someone. Then suddenly, she steps out and presses herself against the wall beside the elevator, hiding. Her movements, they don't look normal. They look tense, controlled, but scared. She steps back inside, presses buttons again, faster this time, then steps out again, and now her hands start moving, strange gestures. It almost looks like she's talking to someone, responding, reacting. But there's no one there. No one enters. No shadow, no reflection, nothing. Just her. And that elevator door, still open, like it's stuck, or like it's waiting. When this footage hit the internet, it exploded. Millions of views, people replaying it again and again, trying to understand what they were seeing. Some said she was being followed, others believed she was under the influence, and some thought this was something much darker. But to understand what really happened, you have to understand who Elisalam was. She wasn't reckless, she wasn't careless, she was thoughtful, creative, a college student studying in Vancouver. She loved books, especially surreal psychological stories. Writers like Haruki Murakami, stories that blur the line between reality and imagination. She also kept a Tumblr blog, a place where she shared her thoughts, her emotions, her struggles. Sometimes she wrote about feeling lost, trying to find her place in the world, trying to understand herself, but she also loved adventure, travel, exploring new places. So in early 2013, she planned a solo trip, her West Coast adventure, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco. Her parents were nervous, of course, but she promised, "I'll call every day." And she did. At first, she started in San Diego, visited places, took photos. Everything seemed normal. She looked happy. Then she arrived in Los Angeles and checked into the Cecil Hotel. Cheap, convenient, nothing special, at least on the surface. Because that hotel had a history, a dark one. Over the years, there had been suicides, overdoses, violent incidents, people checking in and never leaving. Even serial killers had stayed there, like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. But Elisa didn't know that. To her, it was just a place to stay. At first, everything seemed fine. But then, her behavior started to change. She became unpredictable. At times, she locked her roommates out. Other times, she left notes. Short messages like, "Go away. Get out." It got strange enough that the hotel moved her to a private room. January 31st. She calls her parents. Her voice sounds normal, calm. She tells them she's leaving the next day, but after that, nothing. No calls, no messages, no trace. She was gone. Weeks later, that rooftop discovery changed everything. When her body was found inside the water tank, it raised more questions than answers, because getting there wasn't easy. The rooftop had restricted access, locked doors, alarm systems. So how did she get up there? And why was she found naked? Inside a sealed tank. The autopsy ruled it as accidental drowning. No injuries, no assault, no drugs. Case closed, but not for everyone. Because the questions remained. What happened in that elevator? Was she running from something or someone? Or was it something happening inside her own mind? Years later, Netflix released a documentary, bringing the case back into the spotlight. People still debate it, still analyze it, still search for answers. But the truth is, we still don't really know what happened, and maybe we never will.